So we're back on the second channel and it is very cold in the UK. But we have blue skies and look, an aeroplane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Well, this is the second channel, a bit more laid back, bit more chill, talkative. And we've got a few jobs to do because with many cars come many responsibilities. And we've got some stuff to fix on this, well, modify on the Gallardo. And we've got all the stuff to finish off on the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, which has just come back from its trip, which you've seen. And there's a few last little bits that we need to fix to make it 10-10 perfect. And we've got the parts to do that now. But first, before we get on to anything, I think, are we going to do the first job on this?
I think so, yeah.
We've never actually finished this off fully complete. Oh, do you know what else? What we got to do in this?
What?
We never fixed the coolant problem.
Brilliant. Oh.
Yeah, so I need to get this. Maybe I take this to the unit.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is it a good idea on that?
No. Last time it ended up in a ditch.
Yeah, that was wet, not icy and wet. It is four-wheel drive now.
And you don't have slicks on.
Yeah, I don't have slicks now. I have got PS4s. I think it's got an airlock in it. I think it does start to overheat because of an airlock and the fans don't come on. So we can solve that along with some modifications. So yeah, let's do that first. Then we'll come back on the Rolls-Royce. So we're going to start with the Gallardo, but unfortunately, the Porsche is in the ramp. There's worse problems to have. But there's no wheels, there's no subframe or anything on the Porsche. And in the last video, we actually got this car started, but the fuel tank is being held up with this jack here. I can't move it off the ramp because the fuel tank will stay where it is and the car will move. So what holds the fuel tank up is the front subframe. So my dad is ill and I'm on the verge of being ill. Everyone feels sorry for me.
Oh.
So me and Matt now are gonna put this front subframe on to hold this fuel tank in place. Then we should be able to like skate the Porsche out. We have vastly grew out of this unit very quick. Like it would be nice to have more ramps, but there is something coming very, very soon. It is it's so exciting. And this place is gonna be something cool as well, but it's all gonna be updated on the Mark 2 channel. Now, I think let's get the front subframe on and hold that fuel tank up and we'll get it out. And also we'll get onto that Carrera GT as well, what's going on with that. Hello, here's the first strap, which holds the fuel tank up, which actually goes across it like that. So I'm gonna put one in one side here. Yeah. Matthew, you're gonna do some mechanicking.
Okay.
Waz out that bolt. Yeah. That's it.
I'm doing it.
Watch him loosen it.
That's Raz.
That's Raz, yeah?
Here you go.
Yeah! Do you know if I let this jack down, there's no way that strap is gonna hold all of that, is there? No way!
Yeah, it's holding it.
Wow!
It's almost like it was designed to do that.
That's crazy, that.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is a belly pan to protect the fuel tank if you hit a sausage curb on the track. This goes on like that.
I bet that's well expensive.
Probably. And then this strap goes there, bolts up to the back, but it's got nothing to hook into, so it must go on the front subframe. So I'll get the front subframe. I think we've got to put it on this jack and then jack the front subframe up and then bolt it to the car. I'll go get it. Get off. Go away. Look at this. Front subframe. Ooh. Fresh from the United States. So this should be easy for us to get it back on. This is the steering column. And that goes, and then that goes onto the one inside the car. So I think I've got to push that one up first and then bolt that in because I think we'll struggle once all that's in to get this in. So I'm gonna slide this up into the hole.
Here it goes.
Wait, I'm being silly. Bet it's easier for me to push it through because then it's gonna slide in, innit? New technique. I'm just gonna put this in first, then put the steering rack through. Looks like a Shiwi.
Oh my. I'm now pulling from down here, this thing through, and then Matt's up there trying to push it through.
It's just like creased up at the bottom. We're in. That is in and confirmed. Now, gonna slot this one through now. This goes to the bottom of this on that, and then we should be able to see this on the other side.
Yep, it's through.
Yeah. Just gonna connect it up under here, because and if we don't tighten this up, it'll be something that we'll forget. And then I'll go around the track and I'll steer left and just go straight into a barrier, which is not ideal. Hold up. This doesn't want to go on this side. Have I got them mixed up here? Yeah, see, that looks more weather resistance, doesn't it, than that? So maybe, let me try and connect this one. Ah, yeah, that's on. This was the controversy with Ayrton Senna, wasn't it? The steering rack on his car.
Yeah,
that it was modified. Yeah, but it was longer because his hands were hitting the side of the cockpit, weren't they? And that's why he was getting all the cuts on his hands, because when he was steering, his hands were hitting the cockpit. So they effectively cut the steering rack, made it longer and re-welded it. And the conspiracy is, that's what failed when he went round the corner. It snapped. But it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. That's our conspiracy of today's second channel.
Did Senna crash because the steering column broke?
Yes. And yeah, if I crash because of my steering column, take this bit out.
Would you extend a steering rack and think that's a good idea in Formula 1?
Do you know when you're doing 200 mile an hour in a car with no ABS, no traction control, it's lighter than a shoelace? Probably not.
Out of all the failures, I think steering failure would be the scariest. Like, brake failure is scary, but at least you could turn.
Yeah, and use the gears to slow down the car and like.
Whereas steering, you're just going in that direction.
Oh my, I couldn't, like, you're a passenger, ain't you, really?
Yeah, exactly that.
You can't, it's wherever the car wants to take you.
Do you know they said that Senna had about 1.5 seconds to react from the moment he lost control of the car till he hit the wall?
So let's say he was going around that fast corner at...
Silly.
Was it Imola or Monza?
Yeah, Imola, yeah.
Imola. So around that corner there, and if the steering rack snapped, 1.5 seconds to just...
What are you going to do? Yeah, you're just in the wall after 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, nothing's going to stop you. Yeah, it's bad that. Rest in peace, Senna.
Formula 1 was better back then, I'd say.
Yeah, because it was more dangerous, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the drivers cared less. They were just...
Full send.
Yeah, all the time.
Especially, like, do you know, I think they should bring the V10 back.
100%, it sounds way better.
If there's one person in the comment section who says, I don't want the V10 back in F1, behave yourself. Now, slide up this one onto the one that we just put in. Is it up there?
Yep, that's it.
I can't.
Left a bit more.
It's on. That's it. Great work. Right. Now we can put the front subframe on. Send! Whoa, crazy. Now it might be time for this. Okay, go on. Can we get a bolt in? Right, mine's in a bit. Gotta get this bolt in. I think that's just about it. If I just do that bolt up and that bolt up, then that should hold it this side and we'll go around and do the other side. Tighten. Right, now to the other side. We ain't connected the steering rack up to the steering rack from the column. Moo, remember, moo. Okay, we're safe. Right, we can go all the way up now. What did we remove this from?
The steering rack.
Do you know what? I am going to connect it up because I'm sensible.
I think that's a wise decision.
Look at the track rod ends. Mental, isn't they? They've even got aero on them. I've never seen that before. Look, Adrian Newey was here. That's what he said on them.
Let's hope it wasn't anywhere near the steering column.
He works for Aston Martin now. Do you know, like, this car started like in this state? Aston Martin, take a bumper off, won't stop. See, Beth? Connected. This steering and McLaren steering are the best steering cars I've ever steered.
What's the worst steering car you've ever steered?
E46 M3.
Really?
Bad. No, actually, no, it's bad for what it is. Okay. For an M3, it's meant to be good. Like, if we're talking about responsiveness, then that Cullinan outside.
Yes, I'd say, yeah.
Like, it's not meant to be, like, responsive, but an M3 is, and that was really like, you had to oversteer the car to make it do anything. I do like E46 M3 though, so if anyone's crashed one, let me know. What we came here for in the first place, this, to hold the fuel tank up, because this still ain't held up. So this bit here hooks in. Oh, is it going like that? Yeah, maybe. And then bolts in at the back down here. One in. Next one. Hook it up at the top. Yes! We're in. We just need to tighten fuel tank up, and then we've successfully held up the fuel tank. That was a big job. People think like when they've just watched a 47-minute video of us build an engine, put a dash in, put a fuel tank in, get it started. That was actually 47 minutes worth of work. It's more like 47,000 hours.
It's a lot of hours.
It's a lot of hours, yeah. Right, strap this up. This one's not doing much now. This one's... Sorry. How about that? This, how crazy is this? See that? That is TPMS sensor module, control module thing. If you don't have that in, you will have a tyre pressure warning light on your dash, because this somehow speaks to all of the computers in the valves of your wheels. Why it's there, I don't know, but we learnt that last time. But on a track car, you do want to know your tyre pressures, so probably quite vital. Before it goes down, I thought it'd be good to put on these heat shields to make it nice and OEM, being that hopefully we don't ever have to touch this engine again.
What happened with the Carrera GT? Because everyone was commented and they want to know.
So someone explained it to me, and it does actually make sense. So the person who actually won it was also a customer of Auto Bidmaster. So they would have put in their highest bid. I don't know what their highest bid was, but my highest bid was 561, say their highest bid was, say, 600. And then what happened on the day of the auction is that it got to 559, and 559 was their bid. It's just, that's just the way it laid at the auction. Like, for some reason, it just was on an odd number. So then Auto Bidmaster automatically bidded 560 for me, because it will automatically bid up until it gets to my max bid. Same as it does for him. Then it went to his bid, which the next bid he could go to was 561, because it has to go up in $1,000 increments. And then it goes back to me, but I can't bid. The Auto Bidmaster can't go to 562 because my maximum bid was 561. So it then lays on his maximum bid of 561. That's what it was at. And he won it on 561, even though that was my max bid. And that was just the way it laid at the auction, which is annoying, because I would have been less annoyed if, you know, if that car went for like 700 grand or 600 or something like really far off what my max bid was, but it actually went for my max bid, which is what is annoying. But it's gone now, and I was hoping that he weren't going to pay for it and then it'd end up back at auction, but unfortunately, you know, it is gone. Don't know where it's gone. Someone's got it now.
Isn't it crazy that there was someone more stupider than you?
Yeah, to buy that.
That's never the case. Like,
Yeah.
normally you're like the idiot that buys it.
The funny thing is, there's only me and him.
Yeah, that's it. Two people in the world.
If it weren't for me seeing that car and going for it, then he would have got it a lot cheaper than that. I'm sorry, whoever won it, for like bidding it up, but
I think 561's a good price.
I think it is a good price. Yeah, we hadn't seen the car, but I do think it was a good price.
So are we going to get a hypercar on the channel if we didn't get the Carrera GT?
I hope so, but like we heard on that podcast that Doug DeMiro said, it's like, do you know what, like the hypercars like Paganis and things like that, they're all hand built. So like the parts aren't like you go to a dealership and then you say like, hi, okay, I need a ground cable for my engine, and then they just go, yep, behind the shelf. They have to make it for that car, because they ain't going to make like 9 million of them if there's only 30 of the cars. So it is hard to get hold of a hypercar, and also because of the value of them. Say if it's a £4 million car, and then they're not going to write it off for damages of £300,000 because you've still got £4 million car. So a lot of them get repaired. So it's a tricky one. Like that Carrera GT was the one that we needed.
We need something in around the £1 million bracket. So what other options are there?
There is a LaFerrari,
Yeah, that's like 3 million, I think.
but it's got electric stuff on it as well. It's what else is on it? Bugatti Veyron.
That's a good choice.
Bugatti Veyron would be a good one because it's like an old Volkswagen, but it's got like 90,000 turbos on it, so you know there's going to be like hundreds of vacuum lines, and to change the starter motor, the engine's probably going to come out. McLaren Senna.
Senna.
McLaren Senna is a good one.
We were talking about Senna earlier.
We were, yeah, we were, yeah.
It could be a Senna themed episode.
Yeah, McLaren Senna is a good one. There's GT2 RSs. GT2 RSs.
Is that a
not really a
hypercar?
hypercar though, is it? But it's a car that's only made so many of. Maybe people should comment what car would be a cool car that's gonna really, really challenge us. This was challenging, and we've still got a long way to go. But yeah, we need to step up these challenges. This is how we're gonna get it off the ramp. Yeet. Think we're on. Think we're on.
Right, I'll pull, you push. This is extremely sketchy. We've got the Leaning Tower of Pisa over here. Then over here we've got a Jenga tower holding it up.
It's the sketchiest thing ever. Finally, the GT3 RS is out. Now, the Gallardo's got to go in so we can fix the coolant and do some mods. Let's go. The coolant, the car overheats because the fans aren't coming on the front, which could be one of two things. Fans aren't plugged in, relay for the fans are broken, which would seem weird because both of them don't come on. So that's kind of like, I've just solved that in my head. Or there's an airlock in the coolant, which is more than likely because if you remember, when we first filled the coolant, we did vacuum fill it. Then we ran the car and then one of the hose split. And then when we fixed the hose, we just refilled it up and we didn't vacuum fill it. So it could be likely that there is an airlock in the system. So hot water isn't getting to the front hose. If that top hose is getting hot, that's a good start. First off, we've got to find the plug to read the Silex onto the computer, which is somewhere underneath all of this. Out that one comes. Where are you? There you are. Up here. That is what we needed. Now, we can plug this into there. And then we plug this into the laptop. We've got our errors. Can we see anything coolant temp here? Yeah, there's nothing coolant here. In most cases, it's going to be an airlock. I think we need to get to the radiator hoses. If we can get to them, and we can feel if like the bottom one's hot and the top one's cold or something, then we know there's like an airlock somewhere. Because really, if the fan is getting hot water going through it, the fan should turn on because the temperature sensor to tell the fan to turn on is at the front. And if there's cold water at the front all the time because there's an airlock stopping the water getting there, then that would be our problem and why this car's overheating. Seems we've made a discovery here. Look, there's coolant here, but I thought it would most likely come from this repair, but it seems, I don't know if it's just sweating a bit. Where's the top hose? Where can we get to? Here, top of one rad, here's top of the other. So let's start it up and we'll see if they both get warm.
The car is just about to reach 90 degrees, so the fan should come on at any minute.
This one, red hot. This one, stone cold. That one, red hot. This one is stone cold. Like freezing, nothing. There must be an airlock somewhere, like in a water bottle where you get an airlock, you can't push water through.
So there must be an airlock on that side.
Yeah, on this side, yeah. Yeah, that's freezing. That's like got nothing. And that one's really, that's like red hot. Disconnect this line here and see if there's any air in this radiator, whether it'll pop out of the top. It's caused an absolute mess, but we'll give it a go. Here we go. It's gonna pour out. Right, probably turn the car off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that might help. Whoa! Whoa! There's a lot of air in that! Whoa!
It went absolutely everywhere.
Whoa, it went in my mouth. Whoa!
I guess it's not supposed to do that.
No, but a lot of air come out, so we may have found a problem. So top hose is hot. That's really hot, really, really hot. That's hot. Bottom hose is hot. That hose is hot. That hose is hot. Top radiator hose is hot. All of the hoses are hot now, but no fans. So maybe it might not be an airlock. Maybe we got a bit of air out by doing that. We'll see whether the fans come on. What's it at?
Just over 90.
Yeah, it's too hot there. It's overheating already. So we got, like, it's It should even just get to 90 and the fans should switch on straight away. So here's the situation. Both rads at the front, coolant hoses getting warm. So we know that coolant is getting all around the system and coolant is traveling through the radiators. And I think the switch for the fans is inside the radiators. So there's no reason now why the car shouldn't be switching its fans on. So I'm thinking now it's more of an electrical fault than a mechanical fault. And what I wanted to see if we could do is turn on the fans with the Syvex. So get the Syvex to be like, yo, fan, turn on, and then like it automatically do it. And if it can do that, we know then it's not an electrical fault. But I've got a feeling that when we try and do this, it won't turn the fan on. But Ricky's gonna do a team viewer on the laptop from RE Performance, and he's gonna see if he can turn the fan on automatically. And if he can, then we've got an issue then. It could be an airlock still, or it could be the fan switch. And the fan switch could be down. We've got to find where that fan switch is. And the fan switch is what tells the fan to turn on. Right, turn the fan on, let's do it.
Look at all this stuff.
I know, it looks absolutely... Whoa, what is going on there?
How does he know what he's doing?
Is the fan on?
No,
Hasn't come on at all.
no.
That's interesting, Matthew.
Oh, Susie, I don't like electrical stuff. I wonder whether I blown a fuse when it crashed because it ripped out. The fan ripped off the front, the positive touched the negative and blown the fuse. Where's the fuse for the fan? Let's go find it, treasure hunt. So what we're doing at the minute is testing. Ricky's controlling the car with the Syvex at the back, and I've got my voltmeter on the front. So when he's telling the fan to turn on, I can see it's changing the voltage here from the signal wires. So we know that's working. We know we've got 12 volt power to it. That's good. We know we've got a main ground to it. That's good. What we're testing now is to see if we think the other signal cable is a ground, and is that the fault? We're hoping.
No, the other signal cable is a 12 volt live,
Oh,
right? And then the Syvex basically controls the output. So
okay.
both fan control modules on the front, on the little wire,
Yeah.
that is fed by a fuse in the front of the car.
Okay.
So I think you've got a little fuse missing.
Yes.
A little fuse blown.
Right, okay. What about the
Both
other
fans
fan?
have gone because that 12 volt live to that plug is joined in the wiring loom and it feeds both fans.
Right.
Which is why both don't work, Matthew. Know what I'm saying, bro?
So does that mean then, if you unplug the left-hand fan, the right-hand fan won't work?
No. If you unplug the left-hand fan, it don't matter.
Because the connection's further down the line.
They are, even though they're joined further up the loop. Can you take the rear bulkhead cover off
Yeah.
and get to the fuse box in the rear bulkhead? You need to check fuse 11. Check that, dear boy.
Ricky, you could have found it.
Well, of course I could have found it. Not could have, I would have.
It's so humble, isn't it? Look at
it's
that.
on. The fan's on.
The fan's just turned on.
Don't hate the player, Matthew. Hate the game.
The fan is on. I'm going to bridge it with this.
Yeah.
Go and check it out. Here we go. Fan on, yeah?
They're on.
They're both on.
Yeah, they're both on.
Do you want me to do my dance?
Yeah, look,
Yeah, go on.
do a Fortnite dance.
Oh.
I can't hold my phone and vlog.
Look at that. A blown fuse. This was fun, actually. It was fun. Do you know, it's only fun when you find the fault.
Yeah, I'm glad we found it. We didn't have to
Yeah,
call anyone out.
at least we didn't have to ring anyone. That's the best thing. So I'm going. What was that?
I don't know that was.
Something squeaking somewhere. Look at this. New fuse. Going in.
It's on.
Yeah, they're both on. They're both working.
Yes.
Yeah. We're not leaving at 1 tonight.
Matthew, I think because of that,
Yeah.
we need to give a shout out to Ricky's YouTube channel.
Yeah, so shout out to, what's his YouTube channel?
You never watched his YouTube channel before?
So Ricky does, we always ring him when we break something or get something wrong. Never before we break it, always afterwards. So that's normally what we end up doing. But Ricky's helped us with a lot of the engine builds and everything like that. Without him, we would have blown up a lot more engines than we've actually fixed. So Ricky's channel is on the screen now. You can subscribe to that and watch how an engine's properly meant to be built, because we're not professionals. If you prefer watching not professionals do it. You stay here, but if you want to see how it's meant to be done, go over there. The fans are now on. Listen, look at them spinning. Both fans are on. Who would have thought it was just a little fuse? Oh, I hate electrical stuff. So the fuse must have blown when I crashed the car. The strange thing about that is that we had power at the plug. So for me, I would have said, okay, there's no fuse gone because you have power at the plug. But we had a power and a ground. Ground was good, power was good. And then you have two little ones, and both of them were signal. And one of them had about 8 volts, and the other one had 0 volts. But the other one, instead of being a ground for the signal, the other signal wire, was actually a 12 volt, which works when the computer tells the fan to come on. That sends 12 volts to the fan, just like a solenoid on a starter motor kind of thing. And when Ricky was trying to tell it to come on, we weren't getting any 12 volts. And that was our issue. And that's why it was only a 5 amp fuse, not a big, massive 50 amp fuse. Who would have known? This is all experience. And you're along with me for the journey. And now you know that sometimes if you've got power, still, you've got to go and check your fuses. That was interesting. And also people are probably going to be like, well, how did you drive around a track with no radiator fans? Well, it was freezing cold. Well, it weren't freezing cold. It was actually like not too bad, was it? But because we got constant airflow to the front, we never really needed fans. It was only when I stopped, I did notice the temperature and the coolant like rising, but I always turned it off then. So like we was always fine. And also driving it here was fine. But I imagine once it gets to summer, we sit in traffic, we would have had big problem. So now we can put it all back together and finally do the fun bit, the mods. Let's get it together. So with a Superleggera, you get a Superleggera carbon front splitter. You also get carbon door cards. You get the bucket seats, you get the carbon wing, the carbon diffuser. But what we haven't fitted is the carbon side skirts because we never got them, but now we do. So these are just going to add a little bit of more depth to the car. So we're going to start fitting them. Here they are. These bad boys. Now we did order some previously and they weren't right for the car, but these ones, yes, they look banging. Just got to fit these now, so let's do it. This is providing absolutely nothing to do with aero, but I don't think even the Superleggera is. Like Lamborghini will probably say it is, but I've seen a Superleggera one and you can step it off with your foot, so. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That looks
We're
sick.
gonna have to get like a full afterwards in the daytime tomorrow. That just makes it look that bit wider now, doesn't it? It looks a bit more aggressive. Oh, it looks sick. This side looks weird.
Yeah, it does now.
Now, like if you ever took one off, it would just look weird. Like this looks naked. Right, let's get this one on. It is done. Look at the other side as well, because that's the side that we were doing. Admittedly, it is dirty, but that's what happens in the winter in the UK. It's cold, it's wet, and it does get dirty. And I won't be driving this until the roads dry up because it is so sketchy. But that looks proper now. It's nice and pointy at the back, goes with the wing. That looks sick. And the little pointy carbon fibre thing at the front. Right, back on to the Cullinan. Let's go. And now we have everything to fix the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Hopefully we do this before it gets dark. This thing's going to be easy. This thing's going to be level difficulty. Let's do this thing first. Let's come inside. What's that?
It's not working.
Why is it not opening? This one open. Ooh. Ooh.
Well, the rolls was almost fixed.
Yeah, now the door doesn't open. What is it hitting on?
Do you dare pull it?
Do you know the other thing I could think of?
Is that motor seized?
That motor seized up.
Because of the cold, because it's froze.
It like froze that motor, so it's on tight.
Yeah, because it might have had some residue water in it from the
Jimmy
flood.
cleaned it yesterday, so as it got water back in the motor, but this time it seized it on tight.
Oh.
A way we can test is if I can press the button. Hang on. Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, it's not closing.
How are we going to fix that? Can't get a door card off if the door don't open. Does the back one do it?
Right, let's see if it works.
Yeah, that's fine.
Passenger door's fine.
So that front left one, which was fine originally, has now gone. So it was a ticking time bomb. At least we know what it is. I don't know how. It's weird that that one's broken with it being too tight though. So that's like tighten that motor up. Whereas the other ones, these ones broke for being too loose. How are we going to do that? To fix it, we've got to get the door card off. But to get the door card off, you've got to open the door. Anyway, what we were fixing is this motor here, which is all nice and mouldy, which we'll have to clean. That's supposed to go open and close when you start the car. And because, so now when you start it, screen goes on, goes straight off. So what I have to do is go onto close control display, click that. Now it thinks it's closed, and when I press it, it's open. So now it thinks that screen is open, so the screen will stay on all the time. When the screen is closed, when the car thinks the screen is closed, it will try and shut the screen off all the time. So that's why we've got to fix this motor now, and that's what we've got here. I tried to just order the motor, wouldn't happen. They want to sell me this whole thing, which looks like it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to change, to be honest. So where do we start? Getting all this out. Let's go. Nope, that's out. Okay. Felt that.
Oh, quality.
Weighty, innit? Now I've got to do that side.
Cream interior.
Here we go.
Climbing over the Rolls Royce.
Do you know, because it's BMW,
Yeah.
they're quite good at like all this dashboard stuff. Like, you know, like they just use the same screws. You just get one tool and you can pretty much strip the whole car apart.
What's the worst dashboard to take out?
Aston Martin was bad. The Murcielago interior was questionable. Like that used like different nuts and bolts of all sorts of things. Like just random, like, oh, here's a 10mm, here's a screwdriver, here's this, here's like it was just a random selection. Okay, out this comes.
Yes.
Mr. Dern. Everyone said that that's the Urban owner, Simon Dern, who owns
really?
Urban. Yeah, but that wasn't the previous owner. This is the second. He must have had a setup on this car for some reason, but that wasn't the previous owner's name. Simon, if you're watching, let us know, why is your name on the screen? Perhaps us to change it. Welcome, the Mandem. Right, what we're saying? Oh,
That was easy.
come on. Yes. Screen's out. Right, here's the mechanism and the motor. The weird thing is this motor's gone, but no, the water didn't get this high. It was only as high as like the bottom of the seat. So whether it's the moisture, because it's clear there was moisture here, because that's mouldy. I guess we're going to find out whether this motor needs coding in. If it does, I'm going to slap being Rolls Royce in the face. Do you know this was expensive as well?
How much was it?
I think it was like 700 quid.
700 quid just for that motor thing?
Yeah. That was out. Okay, should we try it? It might need coding. Should we try it?
Let's do it.
It's not good, is it? Screen's in. Right, what's it saying? Screen's died. Screen fully died.
We made it worse.
Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, there we are. That didn't work. So if I go on options, close.
No, it's not working.
No, it doesn't work, does it? The only thing is, yeah, like it needs coding. Let's put this back together, and then I think we're gonna have to get Carl to plug into it. We're back together, but no progress, unfortunately. So when we go on options and click close control display, nothing happens. But word on the street is it needs a calibration, and to calibrate it, we need to plug into it to tell it to calibrate. But before we do that, we might as well kill two birds with one stone and put this seat module in, because at the minute, this seat only moves backwards, forwards, leans back, leans forward, headrest goes up and down, but this part of the seat here, that's supposed to come out, like this side, see that how that's like out, like that. And then also these trays in the back, that's supposed to work like this one, and that doesn't work. And that's because we've got an 8 series module in this seat, which doesn't have the option for this thing, and it doesn't have the tray in the back. So hopefully by plugging in this, it should all work, but it might need calibration from Carl from Define Coding. More than likely, it's probably going to need a calibration. What happened to the days of just buying a part, fitting it, and then your job's fixed? That's just stage 1. Here it is.
How much was that?
That was £160 plus VAT.
Is that from Rolls-Royce or from BMW?
That's from Rolls-Royce with
Okay.
a BMW badge.
So it's £80 from BMW, 160 from Rolls-Royce.
Stupid, isn't it? Like, that's like buying like Adidas from JD Sports, but paying more than if you went to Adidas.
That is, yeah, exactly like that, yeah.
Dumb, really, isn't it? Never mind. Right, I'm coming in the back.
There is doors, you don't have to climb over everything.
Out it comes. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, they are slightly different. Look, 61355, and that one says 61355. This one goes B44. That one goes B22.
That is missing.
Oh yeah,
All
that is.
pins.
It is.
So
Yeah.
is that all it needs?
That's it. Yeah. So that's missing a couple. Yeah, that'll probably be for the tray and that little thing. What? Who's doing something? Whoa! Cool.
That's your dream in life, isn't it?
Yeah, I do want a helicopter. I watched last night how to take off in one.
Do you know how to fly a helicopter now?
Yeah, I
You watched a TikTok, so.
Yeah, I've watched a TikTok, so I know I could literally fly one, like no problem. That's in. Should we test to see whether it works without Carl from Define Coding?
Do you think it'll work?
No.
Okay.
What we saying?
Oh. We need to phone Kyle. Whoa. It's on.
So yeah, we need to plug in. We can't. What about this end thing? Oh, that's working now. Look,
Yes.
that's working. We've got progress. So I think it just needs a seat calibration for all this to work. Because I remember Carl did it and it just did all its little things. So I reckon once that's had a calibration, we should have no faults apart from the engine oil service required, which we're going to go Rolls-Royce and get the oil service and it de-restricted, and also that door needs fixing, and that should be everything then to the unit. Look at this. Drove it here. One less problem to fix.
What do you think that is?
Definitely ice, wasn't it? It was definitely frosted. Whether water was in there and it got so cold and it's frosted it, but look at that. Does it work? Does it work?
It does.
Yeah. That is good. I like it when things fix themselves.
Do you want to know what's crazy about that?
What's crazy about that?
So it was -4 degrees in England
Yeah.
and it froze.
Yeah.
In Switzerland, it was like -10 in some places.
But it was in an underground car park, wasn't it?
So literally just didn't freeze
It
up.
didn't
That's
freeze,
crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I like that's so good. I don't have to take that door card off. And to all the haters who were like, "You're going to be fixing things forever on that car." Guess what? We're now going to fix some more stuff. We're going to go speak to our good friend Kyle from Define Coding because he does all the BMW coding. He's like a regular on this channel now without ever showing his face. He's just a man behind a computer.
I don't know what it looks like.
I don't know really. I only seen his emoji on WhatsApp.
iMessage,
So
yeah.
it could be anything. Yeah, he could be anyone. He might be doing it from prison.
That's a good way to make money, to be fair, if you're doing it from prison.
Yeah, you just need a laptop and a phone. Okay, good news and bad news. Good news is that this seat and everything on it now works, which is great. But the bad news is the screen still won't fold. And Kyle's plugged into it and it's showing that it's unplugged. It's showing that it's not working. But the weird thing about it is that to get that to work, it's controlled by the coach door module in the back, which we changed for all of these doors to open and close. The coach door module controls the doors and it controls that door as well, but it's showing that it's unplugged. But 100% have plugged it in. It's a new one. So I'm wondering, one, whether it's a ground wire, which we've now got a wiring diagram to check all the ground wires, or two, whether there's some kind of issue with the coach door module actual wire, the pin on it. So what I think we should do is get the pin out, which goes from the coach door module, and send power to it, down the pin and see if that will close it from there. So that sounds like a Dip's job because he is the wiring expert, and it would take me like twice as long to try and figure all that out. So we're going to get Dips to do that. But for now, this is literally all good apart from the screen and apart from the adaptive cruise control. So we'll have to come back for that and get the oil service. We're working on the Rolls Royce and we've got a call out. So we're going to do some roadside mechanics. We've got the orange lights on. We're about to go and investigate, see if we can fix it on the road, or we might have to drop it off to a local mechanic. Let's go. Oh, here's our call out. Right. Flaky vests on, boys. Keep it professional. We don't know what this client is going to be like, so they could be really angry. Some people are angry.
It's a nice car, isn't it, for a call out?
Yeah, it's a nice car for a call out, that. Does that mean the price goes up now?
Oh yeah,
right,
what's
yeah.
our hourly rate? Should we secure hourly
Well,
rate
the
before
call out, it's 300 quid before you even get
Before
there.
you pick the phone up, it's
Yeah.
300 quid.
Yeah.
50,
Now there's 3 of us, that's £900.
That's true, yeah.
So-
More people on the job.
£80 an hour starting from now.
£80 an hour, okay.
How much do we charge for mileage to get here and back?
45p a mile.
45p a mile.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
keeping it humble
So
with that.
we're starting at 900, £80 an hour, and then 45p a mile. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's looking bad.
Oh, it's going to be a big job, isn't it?
It's gonna be a big job.
Hello.
Oh. Hello, ladies. We're here to assist. Right, just to let you know, before we touch this car, we're on £80 an hour each.
And there's a £300 call out charge each.
There's a lot of coolant everywhere. Did you open this cap?
No. No.
That seems really loose.
Oh! Right, so don't show them the problem, don't show them the problem because we need some more hours, yeah.
It's at the bottom of the engine.
we need to go
Yeah,
get
so it needs an engine removal. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to take it to Lamborghini.
I think we're going to have to go get some tools, more tools.
Lamborghini are likely to charge you something along the lines of £9,000, but we'll do it for £6,000.
Do you realise I'll just drive this home?
Then you'll require a full engine, which will cost you £80,000, but we'll do it for 40.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so it seems to be a hose
Oh, yeah,
here.
look, the hose come off.
Yeah, so what we can do, what they can do, yeah, is pop that in.
Should
need
we
to
get
get
them
up
to
to
send the
sign
money
paper.
first? Yeah.
Yeah, but we haven't fixed it yet.
No, but we need a deposit because we've got to get materials, we've got to get the part.
To be fair, that pipe, I can see a break in that, so that could be replacing. That could do with replacing, so
Okay.
we'll put that on advisor. Yeah, we have got a hire business as well.
How much do we charge for a hire car?
Well, like for like, so we've got a Rolls Royce Cullinan that we can hire out at a premium of £3,500 per day, but you only get 100 miles.
Oh, call out.
Call out another
Call
We're
out.
busy, we are.
So busy
We're
today.
busy.
All right, mate.
Tell them you're busy.
We're busy at the minute.
We're on a
We've
call
got
out.
call out. We're in.
Rin, how do you feel about the service that you've received so far? Diabolical.
Have you had to ring the AA? Do you know how long you've been here?
It's a very busy time this time of year.
Yeah.
Do you know what our business is called?
What is our business called?
MA.
Oh,
Call out boys, I thought as well.
Oh, that's a good
Call
one.
Out
Yeah, the
Boys.
call out boys.
Yeah, because you had Fallout Boy.
Oh,
We're
Yeah,
Call
Out
Out
boys. Nice.
Yeah. Madam, could you just get in the vehicle and start the car? I'd like to let the coolant run through. No light on the dash, so we diagnose that. Right, drive safe, keep under the speed limit. We'll send you an invoice. Yeah. Who's the invoice going to? Got an email and a phone number?
It's www.imnotpayinggoodbye.com.
Okay, so if you've seen these two ladies on the road, they are owed an invoice of £8,000. Another successful day of the Call Out Boys. If you'd like to see more Call Out Boy content, we will happily go around fixing people's cars who are broke down on the road. That was quite enjoyable. Do you know, especially when we get a good fix like that. It's really like good customer. Like what you get is good
Satisfaction.
Yeah, it's called like work pleasure, is it? It's like work. What would you call it when you like get satisfied from your work?
Satisfaction.
Yeah, but no, there's like another word for it, isn't it?
Pleasure.
Job satisfaction.
Job satisfaction.
That was good job satisfaction there. Nice, quick and easy fix. If there's anyone on the way home, we may go and help them. We've got a couple of screwdrivers, bag of coolant and some gloves.
Next time on Call Out Boys.
I'll call that boy. Right,
Windows.
we've been called out again. I don't know if we fixed the problem well enough. How long has she drove without coolant in?
We don't know.
and do you know when the head gasket goes?
Yeah.
It just pours out.
It just gets really, really hot. Because, oh my God, this could be a big call out expense. Let's, if they've been driving it a long time without coolant in, then we could have a head gasket issue on our hands.
Oh, I can see them.
Pulling up to the crime scene. Do
Right, here we go, call out number 2.
you reckon it's the same people?
Yeah, 2 Urises in a day.
Yeah, it's weird, with the
Imagine
same
doing-
body kit.
That's quite crazy, that is.
Did you see the reg on the last one or not?
It looked quite similar.
Yeah, are these the people that didn't pay us?
Yeah.
Should we go? Should we just go on?
Drive it without calling in. When it said the light.
Well, it did it halfway to Hinckley, and then I parked.
Oh my God.
What do you mean, just now?
No, do you know when the first light came on? How long did you drive it for?
I just got into Hinckley, I parked, went to the bank, came back, and then I got back in and it was fine. And then I went again, and then I parked where I parked.
Might need a head gasket. If the coolant is not leaking out anywhere else, we have a big problem. Because it could be going into the cylinder and straight out of the engine if the customer has drove a long time without any coolant in it. Can you see any leaks anywhere, guys? Just check the exhaust for smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, it's overheating. I think we could have a big problem now.
Is that not good?
No. Yeah, turn that off, it's overheating. I think your head gasket might have gone. You might have drove it too long without cooling it. It could be the water pump, but it seems so odd how we drove it all the way to Switzerland, all the way back, and the car was fine. Call out, boys, are on diagnostic now. Let's see if anything comes up electrical. If it doesn't, we're gonna have to have this on the back burner because we are gonna be busy next week filming a special video. Again, you guys seem to like the Rolls Royce video where we did like a special one-off build, and we've got another car to do that with, where we're gonna build it specially for a trip. So we've committed to doing that at the minute, and that's in the ramp now. So we're now gonna have to have this on the back burner. Let's see if anything electrical comes up here. Look how high the temperature is. But I don't believe that because these feel how cold they are. Freezing.
Fan's gone all the way up now. Fan's on turbo.
Could be the water pump.
So there's no warm coolant at the top of the engine and going through the heater matrix.
And like the reason why that pipe could have blown off is because it got so hot that it's just blown off. So there's no coolant pumping around the whole system. Right, that's gone red up now here. It's like circulating now, isn't it?
There's a lot of coming out the back of it. A lot of that's a lot. Yeah, that's head gasket, surely. Look at all that. That's not because it's cold outside.
Yeah, that's coolant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a head gasket gone from driving without no coolant in. £22,500 for a new engine. And I'm not fancy changing the head gasket on one of them because it's a horrible engine to change. Right, I've done a bit of research. Call out boys are back. We're hoping it's not head gasket because we've done a bit of the research on this, and I will put it on screen now. On these Urises and a lot of Volkswagen cars, they have a vacuum powered water pump which puts a little like cover over the water pump to stop it like pumping a load of water around when the car is cold, to help it warm up faster. When the car is warm, it should come off and then help pump the water around. Now what we think happening is that it's not coming off. So apparently if you unplug the solenoid which controls it coming off and on, it should always be off and pumping water around the car. But if anybody else knows any different, let us know in the comment section, because we think that could be it, because it seems weird that it's showing so high in the temperature gauge. You open the cap and it's like, this is like lukewarm. There's no way it's that high. So if anyone knows any different, let us know.